You know that feeling when you walk away from a meeting or maybe even a first date and you just know it fell completely flat?
Oh, yeah. Like deep down, you just feel it.
Right. And you wore the perfect outfit, you rehearsed all your points, you said all the right things, but the connection just wasn't there at all.
It is the most frustrating feeling
Right.
because you did everything right on paper.
Exactly. And then on the flip side, you watch someone else walk into that exact same room and they just effortlessly light it up.
Yeah, they just walk in and people lean toward them.
And you are sitting there feeling like you are putting on this deeply exhausting, theatrical performance, and they are just existing, and somehow they are winning.
It is such a profound, quiet contradiction. I think almost everyone deals with this at some
I
point.
wonder about it all the time.
We just focus so heavily on the surface details, right? Like what we wear, or our exact phrasing, or whether our handshake is firm enough.
But the actual connection is happening somewhere else.
Exactly. The real mechanism of human connection is operating on a completely different, almost invisible level.
Which really brings us to the core mystery for this deep dive. We are looking into the hidden habits and the mind rules behind first impressions.
It is so vital because we have completely misunderstood the assignment.
I mean, I have always wondered why that old advice to just fake it till you make it actually backfires so spectacularly.
Oh, it is the worst advice.
Yeah.
Because we treat first impressions like a logical test, when in reality, they are an ancient survival response.
Thinking about this, it almost feels like making a first impression isn't like handing someone your resume for them to carefully read over.
No, not at all.
It is more like walking through this ancient security checkpoint in the mind, and this checkpoint is running entirely without our permission.
That is the perfect way to frame it. An ancient security checkpoint. And the sheer speed of that checkpoint is just wild.
How fast are we talking? Like a few seconds.
Faster. The human brain forms incredibly specific judgments about things like trust and skill in just a split second. A literal fraction of a second.
A fraction of a second. That is literally the time it takes to blink.
Yeah, before you have even heard their name, before a single full sentence has been spoken, your brain has run a massive diagnostic scan.
That is almost scary.
It is. And the most startling part about this snap judgment is how permanent it is.
Wait, permanent?
Yeah, pretty much. When people are given more time to look at a face, like a full second, or even a minute, their actual feelings barely shift at all.
I have to stop you there and push back on this a little.
Sure, go for it.
I have a hard time buying that a split-second feeling is practically permanent.
That sounds wrong, I know.
Like, surely if I stumble into a room looking anxious, but then I sit down and deliver a brilliant presentation for the next hour, the logical brain steps in and fixes that first glitch, right?
You would completely expect the thinking brain to step in and course correct.
Ah.
But that isn't how our minds evolved to work. Yeah, to understand why that rough draft sticks, you have to look at the brain's deepest alarm system.
The part that looks for threats.
Exactly. It is our primitive threat and safety scanner. For thousands of years, quickly judging if a stranger was safe or dangerous meant the difference between life and death.
So it's just pure survival.
Pure survival. This system processes faces, body language, and tone of voice at lightning speed, entirely bypassing the logical mind.
The logical mind hasn't even woken up yet.
Right. It hasn't started analyzing your fancy words or the points in your pitch. The alarm system has already locked in the survival reading.
Wow. And then it just stays locked.
Well, because the mind loves to save energy, it uses a thing called confirmation bias.
Oh, I know that one. It just looks for things to prove itself right.
Exactly. Once the alarm system decides you are a potential threat, say, it reads your nervous energy as untrustworthy, the thinking brain spends the rest of the meeting unconsciously looking for proof.
Proof that you are a bad bet.
Yes. So if you smile later, the brain sees it as a fake smile. The lens is already tinted.
So the words you say genuinely take a back seat.
They really do. You see this play out in modern settings all the time. People have looked at silent video clips of job interviews.
Just silent clips.
Yeah, just 30 seconds of silence. And based on that silent clip alone, people could accurately predict who actually got the job.
That is mind-blowing.
The nonverbal cues completely overpowered the actual answers. The interviewers had largely made their choice in that first half minute.
If that deep alarm system is running the show and building this permanent lens, what is it actually looking for?
That is the big question.
Like, what is the exact criteria for passing the security checkpoint?
It is looking for a very specific sequence, and it boils down to this simple rule. The brain desperately wants to know, are you safe Before it ever cares, are you capable?
Are you safe before are you capable? That completely flips standard professional advice on its head.
Totally flips it.
We are practically taught from day one to lead with our skills. We walk into an interview or a pitch, and we immediately try to show how smart we are.
Right? How much experience we have, how productive we are.
Exactly. We just push our capability.
Which is exactly why so many highly qualified people fail to connect. When you project warmth first-like, signals of safety, openness, and calm, you're so much more likely to be accepted.
Much more than if you just project raw skill without the warmth.
Think about the survival logic. If my ancient brain thinks you might attack me, it does not care how good you are at building a fire.
That makes total sense.
A highly capable threat is actually much more dangerous than a clumsy threat.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
So the mind simply cannot process your skills if its threat detection system is still on high alert.
That survival logic explains so much about why certain social habits fail.
Like which ones?
Like the classic fake it till you make it mindset. People are told to just fake confidence if they're feeling nervous.
Oh, trying to fake it is a massive trap.
Because it creates a mismatch, right?
A huge mismatch. Think about what happens when your internal feeling does not match your external show.
Like, imagine you are internally freaking out. Your heart is racing. You are sweating.
But externally, you are plastering on a big fake smile and forcing intense eye contact to look strong.
You are just trying to manually operate the machinery of confidence.
And the alarm system of the person watching you is way too smart for that manual operation.
It sees right through it.
It detects the mismatch instantly. The other person's brain picks up these tiny signals.
Like what kind of signals?
Like a slight tension in your jaw, or a smile that drops just a half second too fast,
Yeah.
or just a stiffness in your shoulders.
And it broadcasts that something is wrong.
Exactly. The observer's brain logs that mismatch is a massive red flag.
They might not even know why they feel weird.
They usually don't. They won't be able to name what bothered them, but they will walk away saying, something was just off about that person. I don't trust them.
If the mind is primarily looking for safety and calm, that actually changes how we think about quiet people.
Oh, absolutely.
It means the quiet introvert in the corner might actually be putting out a safer, better signal than the loud person aggressively working the room.
That is one of the most reassuring truths in all of this. Introverts are not at a disadvantage at all.
They really aren't.
They often have a huge hidden edge because the brain's first scan is not looking for a booming voice or a huge personality.
It is just looking for an absence of a threat.
Exactly. And the habits typically linked to quiet people, like a calm, physical presence, careful listening, genuine focus, those are massive safety signals.
It isn't about being the life of the party at all.
Not at all. It is simply about being internally settled.
That internal settled feeling makes me think of a dynamic you see in the medical world a lot.
Oh, where the doctors are super smart but have no bedside manner?
Yes, you have brilliant workers who just alienate people. There is this story of a highly capable medical assistant. Let's just call her Jennifer.
Okay, Jennifer.
Technically, she was brilliant, high skill, amazing at her job, but she kept getting terrible feedback from her patients.
Because they felt she was cold.
Exactly. Patients found her dismissive, even though she was working incredibly hard to help them.
She was likely prioritizing speed over human connection.
She totally was. She had developed this habit of entering patient rooms already in full problem-solving mode.
Rushing in to fix the issue.
Yeah. She would walk in, her eyes already scanning the chart, speaking super quickly, and her body would be angled toward the door so she could rush to the next room.
She was just trying to be highly productive.
She was optimizing for speed. But think about what the patient's ancient brain was reading in those first 30 seconds.
Rushed energy, no eye contact, body angled away.
To a patient sitting there feeling scared and vulnerable, that high skill paired with zero warmth probably feels like a subtle threat.
She was broadcasting absolute zero on the safety signals.
It is so sad, because she meant well.
But it illustrates a crucial pivot in how we understand this whole mindset topic. We have been talking about this as if we are just passive targets being judged by other people.
Right, like we are just standing there taking it.
But the reality is a two-way street. Your internal state is actively creating the physical reality of the moment.
Thinking about this two-way street, it almost feels like we're all walking around as biological Wi-Fi routers.
I love that analogy.
We can't see the signal, but our nervous system is constantly throwing this invisible broadcast out into the room.
Yes.
We are either broadcasting a password that says threat and anxiety, or we are broadcasting safe and open.
And everyone else's mind in the room is automatically, without even trying, logging onto our network.
The Wi-Fi router is such a clear way to see it.
And the hardware running that biological router is this amazing calming wire inside us. It connects your mind all the way down through your chest to your stomach.
It regulates your whole internal system.
Exactly. When that internal wire is in a calm, regulated state, it physically changes the muscles in your face and your voice.
It naturally produces those micro signals of openness.
The tiny muscles around your eyes soften. Your vocal tone drops to a more soothing pitch.
So it is the literal opposite of faking it.
Completely the opposite.
You aren't forcing your cheek muscles into a smile. Your calm internal state is organically pulling the strings.
It is generating the facial cues that signal safety without you even thinking about it.
That is so freeing.
It really is. And this is where the router idea moves from a metaphor to real life, thanks to a mental mirror we all have.
A mental mirror.
Yeah, it raises a crucial, slightly scary point about human nature. Think about the survival purpose of a group.
Like an ancient tribe.
Right. If one person spots a danger and panics, the whole group needs to feel that panic instantly to survive.
They can't wait for a verbal warning.
Exactly. Our minds have a mirroring habit for that. Our brain cells fire both when we feel something and when we see someone else feel it.
Oh, I know exactly what you mean. Think about the last time a stressed out friend walked into your house.
You feel it instantly.
You probably felt your own stomach drop or your heart rate jump before they even set down their bag.
That was your mental mirror catching their stress chemicals.
It is like an emotional echo.
That is exactly what is happening.
Yeah.
If you walk into an interview radiating high stress and background fear, the interviewer's mental mirror involuntarily catches and echoes that fear.
Their mind feels a ghost version of your stress.
Suddenly, you have two nervous systems locked in a tense, high-threat loop, even if both of you consciously wanted the meeting to be great.
It is a complete doom loop.
It really can be.
If I am stressed about a pitch, my tension infects their tension, which makes them act uneasy around me, which makes me more stressed.
But the inverse is also true, and this is where clarity really comes in.
The positive loop.
Yes. If your Wi-Fi signal is broadcasting safety, if you walk in feeling calm and genuinely curious, their alarm system runs a rapid positive scan.
It reads warmth.
And when it reads warmth and safety, it changes their internal chemistry.
It releases those trust chemicals in their mind.
Exactly. You trigger a release of bonding feelings in the person you are meeting.
You are literally priming them to like you and to support you.
They just feel good in your presence. And their logical mind credits that good feeling to your personality or your brilliant ideas.
When in reality, it is just a physical response to your calm state.
This feels like the ultimate breakthrough of this deep dive. First impressions aren't just behavior. They are a shared physical state.
Which brings us to the most practical question.
How to fix it.
Right. If we know we can't fake it and we know our internal state is doing all the heavy lifting, how do we actually take control of this?
How do you change your Wi-Fi password?
Exactly. How do I change the signal before I walk into a high-stakes room?
The answer lies in mastering the arrival window.
The arrival window.
It is the 60 seconds right before the encounter begins. Because you can't manually force confidence in the moment, you have to shift your state before you cross the threshold.
You use your body to change the mind's broadcast.
We are talking about physical resets, rather than just staring in a bathroom mirror saying positive quotes.
So what is the most immediate tool we have?
The most direct lever you have is your breath. The pattern that works best is a 4-count inhale, followed by a 6-count exhale.
You do this for just a couple of minutes in the car or the hallway?
Yes.
But why the longer exhale? What is the physical difference between that and just taking a regular deep breath?
It comes back to that internal calming wire. When you inhale, your heart rate slightly speeds up.
Okay.
But when you exhale slowly, it gently massages that calming wire. That physical pressure sends a signal straight to the base of your brain to forcefully slow your heart rate.
An elongated exhale literally forces your system to shift out of fight or flight mode.
And it moves you over to a resting connection mode.
Alongside breath, there's posture. And clearly, this isn't just the old strict advice to sit up straight so you look professional.
No, expanding your physical posture actually alters your internal stress levels.
How so?
Think about the natural habit of taking up physical space. When an animal is threatened, it curls inward to protect itself.
It gets small.
But when it is safe, it stretches out. By intentionally taking an open posture, rolling your shoulders back, standing tall, you are sending a physical signal to your own mind that you are in a safe place.
And the mind responds by dropping the stress
It
levels?
creates a state of calm, grounded focus.
You are literally brewing a completely different feeling in your body before you even open the door.
The third tool in that arrival window is an attention shift.
An attention shift.
When we are anxious before a big moment, our attention is entirely inward.
We are totally trapped in our own heads.
Thinking, how do my clothes look? What is my opening line? Are they going to think I'm a fraud?
That inward focus is basically an obsession with self-judgment.
And it registers physically as pure tension.
So what is the fix?
The fix is to forcefully direct your attention outward. You shift your focus to genuine curiosity about the other person.
Or even the environment.
Exactly. Wondering what their day has been like, or just noticing the details of the room.
Shifting from self-judgment to outward curiosity totally alters what your alarm system is broadcasting.
It replaces the threat signal with an openness signal.
This reminds me of an incredible shift we saw with a guy named David.
Oh, the business guy.
Yeah, he was pitching investors for money, and he had this terrible habit of starting his meetings slightly out of breath with this frantic, nervous energy.
Because he was spending the 5 minutes before the pitch obsessively scrolling through his notes.
Staying entirely trapped in his own head.
Spiking his own stress levels.
Exactly. But he fundamentally changed his routine. Instead of cramming his notes in the lobby, he designed a new arrival window.
What did he do?
5 minutes of moderate walking around to physically burn off the nervous energy. 4 minutes of that slow 4-to-6 ratio breathing.
To hit that calming wire.
Right. And then 1 minute of deliberate outward curiosity. Just shifting his mindset to be genuinely interested in the investors as human beings.
Instead of seeing them as scary judges.
And the outcome of that shift speaks volumes.
He got the money, right?
He secured the funding. But the best part wasn't the money, it was the feedback he received.
What did they say?
3 out of the 5 people specifically commented on his presence. They didn't praise his money charts first, they praised his grounded presence.
That is the trust feeling working.
His regulated, calm state made them feel safe enough to actually trust his numbers.
That is a masterclass in managing the hidden broadcast.
Truly.
Now, while we are intentionally adding these positive habits, we also have to be hyper-aware of the hidden traps.
The daily things that mess this up.
The ordinary things we do every day that accidentally broadcast massive threat signals.
We might be doing the breathing perfectly, but totally undermining ourselves with daily habits.
The most glaring trap is a lack of sleep.
We all know being tired makes us foggy, but it goes deeper than that, right?
The observations show it literally changes the tiny expressions on your face. Chronic tiredness alters how your facial muscles hold tension.
Why does being tired look like a threat to someone else's mind?
Because it mimics the physical signs of being sick or pulling away from the group.
Oh, wow.
The observer's deep mind sees the heavy eyelids, the red eyes, and the flat facial muscles.
And evolutionarily, a sick group member is a vulnerability.
The observer's primitive mind logs those tired physical cues as a lack of warmth, or even subtle anger.
And it throws up a defensive wall.
Immediately. Another massive modern trap is our phones.
Oh, sitting in the waiting room scrolling right up until the moment they call your name.
It is the default habit for almost everyone. But scrolling fundamentally fractures your attention.
It puts your mind into a state of shallow, rapid-fire alertness.
Because you process a new piece of context every 3 seconds.
When you abruptly shove the phone in your pocket and stand up to shake hands, your system is still trapped in that fractured state.
Your mental mirror is still firing from whatever chaotic video you just watched.
Instead of tuning into the living, breathing human being standing right in front of you.
To the other person, that fractured physical state reads instantly as distraction.
It reads as a lack of real presence.
Their mind senses you aren't fully there, which means you aren't fully safe.
This is exactly why fiercely protecting that 60-second arrival window is so critical.
You absolutely need that buffer.
To transition your nervous system from the chaos of the outside world and your screen into a state of calm focus.
This entire deep dive really redefines how we move through the world.
It really does. First impressions aren't a theatrical performance you have to perfectly rehearse.
They are just a physical echo of your internal state.
You can completely stop trying to manage the performance. You can stop worrying about what to do with your hands or if your opening joke will work.
And start working with your own mind instead.
It completely removes the pressure of needing to be a perfectly polished talker.
The work is entirely internal. If you can calm your own internal state, Your body will naturally handle the heavy lifting.
It will just project the warmth and safety for you.
Your internal wire will soften your eyes, your breath will lower your voice, and their mental mirror will do the rest.
That is an immense relief for anyone who hates networking or gets paralyzed by interview fear.
You have the power to change how an entire room responds to you.
Just by protecting your transition time. Taking just 10 conscious seconds outside a door to exhale longer than you inhale before you turn the handle.
It is a physical habit that is entirely within your control once you understand how the machinery operates.
So as we wrap up this deep dive, I want to leave you with a thought to really mull over.
Let's hear it.
We started by talking about that frustrating feeling of walking away from a meeting where you wore the perfect outfit, but the connection felt totally empty.
The quiet contradiction.
Now we know it was likely a physical mismatch, a crossed Wi-Fi signal where your hidden stress collided with their alarm system.
Right.
But consider this. If human minds are this heavily wired to secretly judge safety based on split-second physical cues,
Yeah.
how much of our celebrated gut intuition about other people is actually just our own mental mirror reacting to their hidden, unspoken stress?
Wow. It forces you to question every snap judgment you have ever made.
Are they actually untrustworthy, or are they just terrified?
It fundamentally changes how you view everyone around you.
It really does. Until next time, take a deep breath. Mind your invisible broadcast and just notice the signals around you.
These thoughts, these questions, they don't have to stop here. Geeks Mindset has many more podcasts and videos just like this one. Subscribe to the channel and explore other episodes. They all flow the same thoughtful way. If this podcast felt genuinely useful to you, share it with even one person in your life. That one share can bring a real change in someone's life. And it helps Geeks Mindset reach more people who truly need this. If this brought you real value, look for the Join button right next to the Geeks Mindset logo below this video. Click it and become a member of the Mindset Support Circle. Your support helps honest mindset awareness reach thousands who are silently struggling. Geeks Mindset moves forward because of you. Thank you so much from the heart for being here.